Hello, everyone. Welcome in. It is another Tuesday evening edition. I am Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind. If you are new to my channel, you do have to subscribe to chat, but that is just something you can do for free. So welcome in. Welcome in. I see Izzy and Chloe and Melina and John have already checked into the chat. Thank you so much for checking in. Anytime that you join into the chat, I get to recognize you. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It is the last Tuesday and the last live of April. Can you believe it? We made it through April. It has been a roller coaster month. There's been a lot going on, a lot of changes, all of it, and we made it to the end. So if you are looking for my other lives, I will start posting lives up tomorrow evening sometime, and so then you can go in and get your notifications set. But I will be live this Thursday, so don't panic. It will go live. It will be posted. It's just not posted yet. So how is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing? What is everyone doing tonight? You know, you guys don't often tell me what you do on a Tuesday night. It's Tuesday is always my night to be here. So you guys know what I'm doing on Tuesday night. I'm going to be here hanging out with you guys. I do have something to open. And I will take off that camera real quick. So I do have a box to open, guys. I don't know. Should I open it now? Or should I wait until more people get here? I don't know. I've not gotten a chance to do a whole lot of mail calls. So a lovely subscriber sent me this, and I have no idea what's in it. Chloe says she is well. That's fantastic. That is good news. That is good. So we're going to work on two things tonight. We're going to do the opening. Linda, welcome in. She just got home from eating out at Outbacks with daughter. She's my baby who just turned 38. Yeah, they're always your baby. Welcome in, Kelly. Glad you're here. Glad you are here. Joyce, welcome in. Yes, we are all... Everybody's dropping in. So I have mail call to answer. It's just one box this time, but that's okay. I think I will reserve Tuesdays for my mail call, so we can be good with that. And Dawn says she is taking it easy after a busy day. Oh, I can understand that. Judy Neighbors, welcome in. She says, hi, team and everyone. She'll be lurking, putting her sewing room together. Oh, fantastic. I have been working on that all day. I am down to just the dining room table full of stuff left over. So I still have two shelves that really aren't, I haven't done anything with. And then I've got this cubby up here. I haven't done anything with it yet. So I have space for things to still go. I just haven't gotten there yet. But I can get to my long arm frame. I can probably be by tomorrow evening be working on my first quilt. I'm so excited. I want to quilt a quilt on it. I am so ready. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, but we're gonna try it, right? We are gonna try it. So yes, it does sound fun, Linda. You're right. You are absolutely right, Chloe. You're absolutely right. So thank you everybody who attended this past weekend's retreat. That was absolutely a blast. It was so much fun getting to see everybody's faces, putting voices to names, seeing what you're working on, all of that. It was so much fun. So thank you for everybody who showed up, even if you were only there for 5 minutes. Thank you so much. So the next one will be in June. I am leaning more towards the weekend of the 28th. I just have to get some other things finalized first before I can make that official. So The next retreat is not official yet as to when it's going to be, but it is going to be in June. June is also a freebie pattern month. So I will have you guys out another pattern. And this one is going to be based off of layer cakes. So 10-inch squares. So if you're looking at your stash, looking at your scraps, try cutting some 10-inch squares anytime you can. And that would be great for what we're going to do with it. It would be absolutely fantastic. You can fussy cut if you want. Don't fussy cut everything, but you can fussy cut some. And of course, like always, kind of with my patterns, you'll need a background fabric that isn't in the rest of your pattern or isn't in the rest of your fabrics. So the rest of that, I can't tell you any more details than that just yet, but we will get there. We will get there. So I'm going to go ahead and open. I'm excited. I'm excited. I have no idea what this is, guys. So it has been round and round and round with the post office. Oh, and I just got the corner started. Oh, fantastic, Judy. She says, sounds great. She has tons of 10-inch squares. That's perfect. And as with all of my freebie patterns, I try to make it. Welcome in, Linda. Linda's Trendy Threads is here. Welcome in. So I try to make all of my patterns as little waste as possible, if any. So with April's freebie, you might have some waste from trimming up, but you shouldn't have much. You shouldn't have much, and then you can make a secondary pattern. This box is biting me, guys. You can make a secondary pattern with your cutoffs. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I've been sitting with this box since, I think, Friday, something like that. Ooh, it's sparkly, whatever it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's purple. It's bright. It's got skulls on it. Oh my gosh. Skulls and crossbones. Okay. There's a card. Let me see what's on the card. And then we're going to see what this is. Because I have no idea. But it's pretty. Whatever it is, it's so pretty. I don't know if that's like the whole thing. Or what is it? Let's see. Judy says that's what I love about your pattern, Tammy. Oh, you're so welcome. So a lot of people don't want scraps left over. And I like to cut through our scraps with some of these freebie patterns. And then if I can make it a little less scrappy at the end, that's fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. So it says, take care of yourself and rest a lot too. Welcome in, Terry. Yes, she says she'll be listening. I hope all is well. Yes. Okay, so take care of yourself and rest a lot too. So it's a get well card. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And before very long, you'll be feeling like new. And then it said, it was handwritten. It says, I am so glad you're on the mend and were able to get surgery when you did. You are a strong woman that inspires so many of us. I hope you enjoy the gift and have fun making it. It will be great for Tom to display for the holidays. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now we get to see what this skull fabric piece is. Guys, there's so much purple in this. There is so much purple. Oh my gosh, so much purple. Okay. It is so fantastic. It's shiny purple skulls. Oh my gosh. Guys, I love Halloween. Welcome in, Denise. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, it's got cotton cut stickers on the back, but it says, welcome to your October gnomes. They're solids and petites. And oh my gosh, look at these gnomes, guys. This is so stinking adorable. I am beyond excited. I am beyond excited. Oh my gosh. So you know who you are. I cannot thank you enough. This is absolutely fantastic. You know what? I can't even wait. I gotta look inside. And the pieces are pre-cut, guys. So let's see. So welcome to your October gnomes. Okay, so October Girl is the gnome with the hair hanging down, I think. Let's see. October Boy is going to be the one with the beard. And then accent 1 is the candy or the hourglass blocks. And then the bats. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. It is perfect for me, Chloe. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh my gosh. And from the Kitchen of Team Cotton Cuts, there is instructions for pumpkin sugar cookies. Oh my gosh. You're right, Judy. She says that's an awesome Happy Meal. It is absolutely an awesome Happy Meal. It is like beyond perfect for me because I am definitely a Halloween girl, and it's got purples in it. And guys, this fabric wrap, I just can't. Like, I so want to just wear this now. So the back side is silvery, and then the front side, it's got purple skeleton and crossbones on it. I am going to have to make something with this too. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. Maybe I need to add a veil to one of my Halloween costumes. Like, yeah, I'm going to do something with it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the purple ribbon, I will be able to do something with that too. I have plans. I don't have plans just yet for that, but I will have plans. I will have plans. Okay, so let's get into what I'm going to work on tonight. Yes, it is fun fabric, Chloe. You are absolutely right. It is, yeah, chef's kiss. You nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. You know, I've been decrying. Yes, it is an awesome Happy Meal, Joyce. I've been decrying, like, I've got to find places for more stuff. Like, I've been hitting that point, that overload point with all this move. But there is no way I am not making room for that. You know what? Actually, before I do anything else, I know exactly where it's going. So that when I get ready to work for it, look for it, I know exactly where to find it. Okay. So it is in, yeah, it's going up so that I know where it's going to be. So it's in my spooky box. So in case I ever wonder where I put it, it's in the spooky box. It's in the Halloween box. So I got to hang on to it. So, okay. And yeah, I did not really mess with the cameras as much as I would have liked to. I think the camera moved on me. So I do apologize. My cameras are not in their permanent places yet, but we will get there. We will get there. We are getting so much closer. So what I'm going to work on tonight, what you're seeing on my ironing board is one of the leader cloths for my long arm frame. So when you are loading your fabric onto your long arm or onto a long arm, let's put it that way. If you have like a 10-inch frame, or not 10 inch, that would be a really small frame. If you have a 10-foot frame or 12-foot or 14-foot frame, you are going to have most likely some kind of cloth hanging off of those metal rails so that you can pin your quilt top to it, you can pin your backing to it, you can pin your batting if you are likely to want to pin your batting, but you can pin anything you want to it. And there's also tools out there. Red Snappers is a very popular brand. There's another one that's blue, and I'll have to get the little card to be able to tell you what brand they are, because the blue ones are the ones that I have. Where instead of pinning your quilt to the leader cloths, you are snapping a clip in place to hold it in place. So these are my original leader cloths that came with the frame, and they were in pretty bad shape. I've already got one done, so it's on the frame right now. This one they've got it marked as the middle one, which is appropriate. This is going to be my backing fabric. So my backing fabric is going to pin to the leader cloth underneath the machine, and then this is going to pin to the next frame. So guys, if you want in the future, I will do a video specifically on how you load a quilt onto a frame. So if that's something that you want to learn how to do, I can absolutely walk you through that. This is not my first time having a frame, but it's the first time having one all to myself. Welcome in, Katie. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is like a canvas fabric, so you could actually turn this around and use the backside if the numbers are gonna mess you up. And I apologize that my camera is focusing and it wasn't supposed to be doing that. Welcome in, Rita. Glad you are here. Thank you for joining in tonight. All right, I have the autofocus turned off, but apparently my camera is determined to focus anyway. Okay, so this cloth is supposed to be, let's see, it's got 17, so I think it's supposed to be 19 inches long, or 19 and a half or something. Okay, yeah, it says 19 inches. It's got it on here. This is from the Grace Company. You can get other brands of leader cloths, but this is what came with this frame that I have. And although they're old and there are, let me go to where you can see it, there's some stains on here. And I stain treated and all of that, but you know, some of it just is not going to come out, and that's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Katie says she's lurking while eating dinner. I understand. Welcome in, Gladys. Glad you're here. And Izzy is back. That's okay. Yeah, Rita. It is not you. It is that camera. I am having trouble with all three of my cameras tonight, so you're not alone in worrying about that. So what I'm gonna do. The only sewing that is done on this leader cloth is the edges are sewn. So the short edges that are at the edges of the quilt are already sewn. And then this long edge here, which is the hem end, like where you would normally pin your quilt to the leader cloth. Oh my gosh, my camera. So where you would normally pin the leader cloth to the quilt, that is already hemmed. I could take that out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hem it up again so that I have room for my blue clips that I'm going to be using. The other end, we're going to, after we get this this hem down here done, which is going to be a 3/4 of an inch hem, we're going to take and we're going to come back over here and we are going to press this top edge so that we know exactly where our Velcro is going to go. And even if it doesn't match these lines, which my first one definitely didn't, it's not going to match these lines up here because the fabric is stretched over the time. But we will have a clean new edge to work with, and that's just how we're going to make it work. So this is 9 foot 6 inches. Your leader cloths are usually 6 inches less than your actual frame. So my frame is 10 feet, so I have 9 foot 6. So, and whoever is good at math can tell me how many 9 foot 6 equates to in inches, maybe? Yeah, in inches, because I have no idea. And I don't know, what was I going to say? Brain stopped for a second. Oh, I don't know if I can quilt all 9 foot 6. I'm assuming I can. I'm assuming I can get all the way over there. Izzy says her Wi-Fi kicked her out. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm having technical difficulties tonight, so it's something in the water. It's gotta be. It's gotta be something in the water. So how many of you have a long arm sitting at home? How many of you actually have a long arm frame or sew in a long arm normally? Rita says 114 inches. Oh, that's fantastic, because I think my largest quilt that I need to quilt is 101 square. So I think if I can quilt 9 foot 6 inches, a full 9 foot 6, then I can quilt the entirety of that quilt. That's been the one I've been worried about the most. A lot of my quilts are smaller than that. They've not been like oversized kings or anything, like 120 inches or anything. So I haven't tried yet, but we're going to see. We're going to see how much I can quilt on that quilt frame. I have not even moved my machine to both ends to see how far my needle can go. That is something I'm still going to have to do. Let's see. Rita says she just has two long arms but no frame. Oh yeah, she has two long arms but no frame. Yes, she's got long arms. Oh, fantastic question, Izzy. She is asking, Rita, how is everyone? That's fantastic, guys. So if you do not have a long arm at home, or you don't regularly have access to a long arm at home or at a friend's house or something like that, how do you quilt your quilts? How are you doing that? Are you sending them out? Are you quilting by checkbook? Or are you quilting by pulling it through your sit-down machine, your domestic machine? Are you going and renting time to quilt your quilts? How are you doing that? Because you guys know, or if you don't know, everything I've done until now, I have, I've had that sit-down long arm, but I got a cutie frame, and my long arm did not like my cutie frame, so I am not using my cutie frame right now. Let's see, Dawn says she bought a Jazz 2. She doesn't quilt giant projects. The Jazz 2 has a large throat space, works great for her. Oh, fantastic. Joyce and Melina both said they quilt on their domestics. Rita says no renting time, just quilt on my sewing machine that I sew on. That's fantastic. That's actually how I've done most of my quilts to this point. Beauty is going to be the one on the frame, so technically I'm still using my domestic machine. She's just sitting on a big frame. She's got a frame to help me out. We're going to see how well the automation works. Denise says she's never quilted by machine yet, only by hand. That's fantastic. My hat is off to you for quilting by hand. That is just, I don't know that I could handle doing that. So my hat is off to you for that. Izzy says she's been home for about 2 to 3 days. Oh, fantastic, Izzy. That's awesome. Being home is great news. Rita says she's quilted very large California king quilts. Yeah, I quilted a queen on my sit down, or on Beauty when she was in this table. So I quilted Beauty sitting down I quilted a queen size quilt sitting down with Beauty. Let's see. Linda says that her baby quilt she does herself. The large one she sends them to a lady here in town that has a shop. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Rita says she quilts by hand, just depends on what she feels like. I'm applauding all of you. I am applauding all of you who are capable of doing it by hand. I just don't know that I could get that patience going. Denise says she wants to learn to quilt on her domestic machine just to go faster. Well, there's quite a few options. One is using a walking foot, and another is doing free motion. And both are valid options. Dawn says she started out hand quilting everything, but became too difficult as she aged. Yes, that is kind of where I'm at. I don't think I can maneuver that much fabric and batting and all of that to maneuver it underneath my machine bed anymore. I think it's just too much of a struggle, and especially with as many quilts as I put together now, it's just out of reach. Judy says that she hand quilts and her domestic with a cutie frame. Ah, fantastic. Let's see. Denise says she wants to learn to quilt. Yeah, to quilt on domestic just to go faster. Oh, she has both feet for it. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. Dawn says she does hand sew all of her bindings. Now I machine sew my bindings, but I do my best to make it not visible that I'm, I try to make sure that I'm stitching exactly where I stitched before, so I don't have a super visible line on the back. But I do machine bind all of mine. I don't hand. I might hand stitch a label on, but I don't hand bind anymore. Let's see. Rita says quilting on a domestic machine I would not say is faster. I also did not use a walking foot. Yeah, and when you're free motion quilting, you don't want to use a walking foot. But sometimes if you're not using a walking foot, things will bunch and shift. And a walking foot is a safe way to get past that if that is a struggle that you're having. Katie Kraft says straight line quilting on her domestic and sent a few large ones to a quilter. I have done so many by straight line quilting, just sitting down and straight lining it. And then I've combined straight line walking foot quilting with free motion. But as soon as you get to the center of the quilt, you have got so much fabric in the way. Let's see. Chloe says she's done straight line quilting and crosshatch. Oh, crosshatch is so pretty. I did that on a t-shirt quilt, and I heavily quilted it because I knew the person that had commissioned the quilts has multiple cats who would also be laying on the quilt. Welcome in, Andy. Glad you're here. Linda says she loves to hand bind her quilt, so relaxing to her. So my relaxation with binding is I will machine sew it on to the back, or even sometimes I take that back. I machine bind it onto the front, and then I go sit out on the patio in good weather, and I take my time using my Wonder Clips to clip the binding in place, and then I can go back and machine finish everything. Andy is asking how I am doing. I am doing pretty good. I've definitely pushed myself a bit today. So as much as I want to do a lot of things when I get off of here tonight, I'm probably just going to be climbing into bed. I'm going to pack for tomorrow for my sewing day, and then I'm going to climb into bed. Welcome in, Lori. Glad you're here. Rita says that the domestic machine she has a whole lot of different stitches, which she uses all the time for quilting. A lot of people forget about those. I'm glad you mentioned that. If your machine has decorative stitches, that is a fantastic way to not only test out your machine using different stitches, but it is a fantastic way to add extra detail and visual interest to your quilts. That's a fantastic idea, Rita. I'm glad you brought it up. I would do it on small items, but I kind of forget to do it on bigger ones. Like I kind of forget that I have it, Oh, Izzy's gotten no sleep. Oh my gosh, lady. You need to get some sleep, sweetie. I'm so glad you're home, but you've got to get some sleep. Recovery does not happen if you don't sleep. Sleep is kind of a requirement. Let's see. Rita's also been making the last few quilts with no binding, just sewing them inside out, then turning them, and then putting a small 1/8" top stitch. I am not bold enough to do that. My last adventure into quilting with pillowcase style, like stitching and then flipping and all of that, my last adventure with that did not turn out so very pleasant, and I'm not sure I'm game to do it again. I'm not sure. Oh, the kids don't let you. Yes, I can understand that. You gotta gaggle, so that's understandable. That is understandable. So, let's see. All right, so I am doing a 3/4 inch hem, and I'm folding it as I go. This fabric is a canvas fabric, so it's very nice and sturdy. One thing I'm using one of these measuring gauges. So this one right here is the 3/4 inch. So when you see one of these kind of measuring gauges, if you've never seen one before, the measurement that you're seeing is going to be in the middle of a line. So this 3/4 inch that you're seeing right there, I don't know how well the camera's focusing, but the line that goes through it is 3/4 of an inch. So this entire little side is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm using that to tell me where I need to put my seam and where I need to put my fold so I have a consistent size seam. And I'm not worrying if everything's straight, which is fantastic. Yes. I think everybody slept during the retreat at least a little bit. I'm not sure how much Carrie slept, but I think all the rest of us got a lot more sleep at one point in time or another. This was the sleep retreat where everybody took naps and actually went to bed for the night. We didn't do that in February. We stayed up way too late in February. I am still recovering from that too, guys. Oh, lack of sleep will get you every time. And I am not as much of a night owl as I used to be. So yeah, but sleep is a wonderful thing when you can get it. Absolutely. So I am almost to the end of this. And let me make sure I keep feeling like I'm stitching off of the side. Everybody's saying hi to Andy. And guys, if you're a content creator, if you want to drop a link to your channel, absolutely do that. You can do !selfie in the chat, and that will drop your link. Rita says she also has a foot that she can change, which has a small curled bar that comes down, and the other side has a measurement that you can use to change how big or small you want the seams. Yeah, and I would do that. Like, I have other feet, but 3/4 is kind of a hard measurement to find. At least for the direction that I'm sewing this. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Can you guys believe it is almost May? We are almost in month 5 of 2025. This year has already flown by so much. So much. And I believe next year is my year that I've got to get a great niece a quilt for high school graduation. So I don't think it better not be this year. I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is. I haven't seen anything about senior anything like that yet. So I think that's next year. Welcome in, Pam. Glad you're here. Oh, you're fine. She says, sorry she's late. She was searching boxes of paper for vehicle registration. I know that feeling. Yeah, that one's a challenge. Rita says, where's this year going? Right. Don't forget your thumbs up, everyone. Tammy deserves it. Thank you so much, Melina. I appreciate it. Chloe says she can't believe it. May is going to be interesting. It is, isn't it? So what do you have going on in May? I don't have lots of stuff going on in May that I know of. I do have a couple of things going on, but not a super big amount. Yeah, you can't do it online if you're new to the state. That makes sense. Yeah, I couldn't do mine online either when I moved here. I think I can do mine online this year, but I don't think I can do it I don't think I could have done it originally. All right. So, we now have down at this end, we now have a 3/4 of an inch hem. So when I get my little bars put in here, then I will have that little clip space. So I can clip my quilt in place and I don't have to fight with it. So we're going to get some dog hair on this because the dog is laying underneath the ironing board. So here's what we're going to do. And you know what? I flipped this the wrong way, so we're going to flip it over because I want this to be easy. So we're going for easy tonight. How's that sound? You guys like easy, or you want me to do it the hard way? I mean, if you guys want me to do it the hard way, I'll do it the hard way. But I don't know if you guys can tell. So this is where the end of the leader is, and then we have a big angle up here. That is even after I have stretched this kind of back into shape as much as I could. It is just, it's not going to go. It's just not going to go. So we're just going to take it as is. All right, so I'm not going to be using stick-on Velcro. Welcome in, Judy Hebert. Glad you're here. Chloe says it sounds like she'll be striking with the union at the hospital. Oh, it's the oldest daughter's birthday at the end of the month. Oh my goodness. And Chloe says the easy way. All right, we'll do it the easy way because Chloe said so. All right. That's the way I wanted to do it, and Chloe said it, so we're going to do it. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my long enough ruler, okay? So it doesn't matter what size your ruler is, as long as your ruler is long enough for whatever you're working, whatever size you want to make this, okay? So if I sit the edge of my ruler against here, then I can see I can probably get a good 18 inches out of the whole length of this. So in some sections, I'm going to have a lot of fold over because I'm going to have over an inch fold over right here. But down here, I will have less than an inch. So that's fine with me. Oh, fantastic, Andrea. Welcome in. She says, howdy, everyone. Good to be with you tonight, right? I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. All right, so here's how I'm going to do this so that I know what I'm doing. My ruler is underneath my fabric, so I can feel it, and it is not an iron safe ruler, so I cannot iron onto it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over so I can see that 18-inch line. And even though it's going to hang over down here some, and it's going to be a little messy, I am so sorry about the camera doing that, guys. I am so sorry. But even though it's going to do that, that's okay. Like, you know, I'm not worried about this. This is going to be with the Velcro, so I'm not super worried about it. As long as my ruler is lined up down here, and I am making an even hem lining up with my ruler. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finger press it a little bit to get it to stay. And previously they did use sticky backed Velcro on this. So there's a little bit of adhesive residue left over, but it's been washed a couple of times now to get as much of that out as possible because the old Velcro was stretching everything. So I didn't want the old Velcro hanging out stretching everything. All right, so I've got that pressed. Judy's home for a little while. She has to go back to Illinois when we get another call to come back up for the husband's sister. She's in rehab until we get notified of surgery date. Fantastic. At least you guys will get notified. And it's a lot of stress to do all that traveling, but I'm glad you guys are able to be there for her. That is fantastic. All right, so I'm going to slide this ruler back in now that I've moved my fabric up. So I'm going to slide it back in until I feel it on this bottom edge, and I'm going to line everything up. And then I'm going to repeat the process up here of matching my hemline with that 18-inch marking. And now that I've got that first section pressed, it now kind of wants to do everything I'm asking it to do. Now you can do this with the ruler on top if you want. One of the other options, if I wanted to do that, is I could have put the ruler down here where the 18-inch marking is down here at the bottom, and then I fold this line up here over my ruler. So that's another way to do it as well, and that's the way I did the first one, but I decided that this time I just wanted it a little bit different. So the dog has rolled over and he has rolled onto my fabric, guys. He has claimed this leader cloth as his own. It is now dog property. All right, so I'm gonna roll this back up underneath and I'm gonna just feel for it and line it up. And then we're gonna fold over. And I'm actually not going to stitch this before I start stitching the Velcro on. I don't feel like there's a need to do that. If you do when you're doing a project like this, you absolutely can. But I don't feel like there's a need to do it. I feel like that's just a little overkill and just extra thread. And why waste extra thread just to waste thread? Andrea, what I am doing tonight is I am working on fixing my leader cloths for the long arm quilting frame. So these leader cloths came to me in pretty bad shape. There's stains on them. They're very stretched out. Like you can tell, this is like not at all a straight line at all. So they're very stretched out. They're very much in need of redoing. And I don't really necessarily need the markings aside from what's center. And they did mark center on these, so I can still use the existing markings of center as long as they're still centered. And I will update those markings after I get it on the frame. So like if I feel like those aren't the true centers anymore, I will make new markings in a different color. Oh, the weighted blanket. Okay. So I have an update on that. Okay. So I think I'm going to have to do another one and actually do it on the live. So I will let you be the judge as to whether you want me to do a miniature and do a tutorial based off of a miniature, or if you want me to get more beads and do a full size, like 20-pound blanket. Let me know what you'd rather me have, which one you would rather have me do. And I can walk you through it. Or if I need to order more beads, I will order more beads and we'll do it that way. Because I can then just turn around and sell it if I need to. I'll sell it locally to somebody who needs a weighted blanket. And I'll just do it with some really, really fun fabric. I did try to film what I was doing, but I don't know that it's going to show it very well. And I'm kind of worried because I actually had to redo it because that weighted lap pad that I was making is so tiny compared to the size that you would expect a weighted blanket to be, that it's going to skew what your weighted blanket should look like. Oh my goodness, puppy. You have got to get off my cord now, bud. All right, Scoos. You got to get up. You got to get up. Can you move, please? Oh my goodness. Okay, so either he's on my fabric or he's on my ironing pad or my iron cord. So she's going to pick it up from me tomorrow. The mom is going to pick it up for me tomorrow. A small sample will be fine. Okay. I have 1.5 pounds of beads left, so I can absolutely do that. 1.5 pounds is more than enough for me to show. So the mom will pick it up tomorrow. I did add ties to it in the end to hold everything in place in the duvet cover or in the pillowcase cover. So I did do that. And I think it's the first time I've broken that many needles in a day. I didn't break any needles Saturday, and I was sewing with those beads all day Saturday. But Sunday I broke 4 needles working on that lap pad, the weighted lap pad. It is 18.6 pounds. So it was almost as heavy as the mom wanted it. But I think it's actually probably a little too heavy, but I'm not going to argue. I'm not the customer, so I was able to make it. So there is that. Has anyone else in the chat made a weighted blanket before? Successfully made a weighted blanket before? Let me know. And I will schedule a day in May to do that exactly. Rita, you're so funny. She says, can we pretend Sunday just did not happen? Oh my goodness. So here's the story, guys. So Sunday during the retreat, no joke, every time I broke a needle, somebody else in the chat, somebody else in the retreat was having to rip a block. So if I was breaking a needle, somebody else was having to pull the pull the seam ripper out. Yes, but never that small. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna do an 18-pound weighted blanket like that again. That one's way too small. Yeah, I went through. I broke 4 needles. 3 were on the beads, and 1 was on the zipper. Let's see. Judy says she has made one, and hers was 3.5 pounds heavier. Oh my goodness. See, I do not mind making the larger ones that are that heavy, but I was trying to fit. So my client wanted a 20-inch by 30-inch sized pad for her son to put in his lap at school. So it all has to fit in basically a pillowcase. That is the basic size of a pillowcase. And that's a lot of weight and a lot of beads to put in that small of a space. Chloe says, glad you finished it right. I did. And it is sitting in my car. I had my husband take it down there so I wasn't having to haul it. Oh, welcome in, Jacqueline. I missed you. I'm sorry. Glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you, Joyce, for pointing her out too. I appreciate it. See, you guys help me more than you know. Small one, yes, but to have to put 18 pounds in that was way too much. Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was so much. So many beads. So little time. Oh, goodness. It was... I will absolutely work with those beads again, but, I mean, this is not my first one to make, so if this had been my first one, I would have sworn them off. Like, there's no way I would do that again. But it's not my first one, but it's my first one that size. It was crazy. But it is done. It is so done. Okay. All right, so now this entire leader cloth is now 18 inches. So it's going to skew out at the bottom down here where the hem already is, and it skews out at the Velcro end on the other end. But that's as good as I could get it stretched out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back over the machine, and I'm just going to lay my Velcro down, and this is sew on Velcro. Do not try to sew through the sticky back Velcro unless you really like to clean gunk out of your machine, guys. It is a mess. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay it down, and I'm just going to top stitch through the side. I'll come down to the end, top stitch all the way back up the other side, and that's going to seal our hem, and our leader cloth will be 18 inches from bottom to top. So I'm going to get back to the other end because that's where I'm going to start sewing. And I do have 2 pieces. So this is a smaller piece left over from another roll. And then I'm going to dig into this one. And yeah, we're just going to be attaching Velcro. It is black and Velcro, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It's going to be, I'm not going to be looking at it most of the time. It's going to be underneath my leader cloth, so I'm not going to see it. My one that's already on the quilt frame, I can't even tell you that it's black Velcro. So, like, I know it is, like, in my head, but you don't see it. You don't see it at all. This is not a fashion contest. If it was a fashion contest, then I would have special ordered purple Velcro. Oh, that's a good question. So, Izzy is asking in the chat if you can unblock her on your channel. But that's up to you guys as to what's, all the backstory on all of that. But either way, you are both welcome in my channel. And, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. So, it's whatever is going on. Welcome in, Alicia. Glad you are here. Oh my gosh. Lady, the fabrics came. They're so gorgeous. You did a fantastic job shipping them to me. Thank you so, so much. I won fabrics over on Alicia's channel, guys, and they are just stunning. I got to open those while I was at retreat. Or no, I got to open them before retreat, but I got to show them during retreat. And they are already put up. And I'm not sure which bin off the top of my head, so it might take me a minute to look. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And guys, if you've not checked out Alicia's channel, if you've not checked out Rita's channel, if you've not checked out Andy's channel over at Crafty Witch, I know they're in the chat tonight. I know that Gladys was here earlier and already put her channel link in there. So guys, if you've not checked out the other content creators, please do so. We are a community, and if we do not support each other in that community, then that's going to be the death knell for all of us. So we need to really just support everybody. Support each other. And if you like a content creator's content, go like and subscribe. Go leave comments, appropriate comments. That has become my new motto. It has always got to be appropriate comments. So yeah, it is absolutely. Yes, I love them. I don't just like them. I love them. I'm looking forward to doing something with them. There we go. Alicia is dropping her channel link, guys. So if you've not checked her out, she is a content creator out of living in Alabama. And she's got a sense of humor, guys. If you don't remember seeing her on my channel, I did have Alicia over here. I believe it was back in December. It was either November or December, but I believe it was in December. And she is just a fantastic creator, guys. Just absolutely world class. Teals are so pretty, says Chloe. Yes, they are. They are. And I really don't have a lot of them in my stash. So to have that whole collection is just chef's kiss. I love it. Rita says, Tammy, I'll have a video I'll upload just for me. Zelina the small dog sits and watches Tammy live. So funny. Took the video of it for a short time off. That will be so precious to see. So stinking precious. I would love to see that. So yeah, guys, you constantly inspire me. Oh, you're fine, Andy. Have a great night. It was good to have you in the chat tonight. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Alicia. You are so welcome. We need to get you out there a little bit more and get you more subscribers and get you coming on up in the ranks as well. Can't leave you behind. It does sound cute, Andy. Absolutely. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. So I know you guys can't see down at the machine because I can't adjust it any. But, oh yeah, Andrea's here too. Absolutely. Drop a link for your channel, Andrea. She says she got to talk to her daughter yesterday. She sounds so much better. Found out that her granddaughter was not telling her all the things that were going on. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you did not lose her. That is great news that you did not lose her. It's heartbreaking that you came that close, but it's great news that you did not lose her. So that's good. That is very, very good. So this is just sewing down 9 foot 6 inches of Velcro. Oh. My machine is sounding really, really loud. We're gonna see. Welcome in, Zaza. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining in the chat tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really need to oil Ricky again, especially after breaking needles and all of that I put her through this weekend. There we go. Terry's dropping her channel link, guys. So check out Terry's channel as well. And in case you guys have forgotten, because I gotta do the reminders every so often, super chats are always an option here. If you guys want to get in on the super chat raffle that is coming up in July, I will be issuing out a date for that sometime in June. So you guys will know when the raffle is going to be in July, sometime in June. But there is going to be a super chat raffle in June. And so if you want to enter that, you have the opportunity. You don't have to wait until June. You don't have to wait until May. You can enter already. So everybody who's already entered super chats recently, they are already entered for the July super chat raffle. I am going to do a giveaway in May. I'm not sure exactly when yet because I've got to schedule all my lives. I gotta get scheduling, guys. April was kind of the recovery month after my surgery, so that was kind of an unplanned taking a break deal. So now I've got to get back to it and get everything scheduled, and I will be scheduling it the next couple months probably. I'm only going to post May's lives, but then I will go ahead and schedule my June stuff here in the next week or so. Yes, it's fantastic that she pulled through. Fantastic. Okay, this was the new roll. And I just barely have enough, guys. I am literally sitting right here near the end. Like, I will have just barely enough. So, I did not pre-measure my Velcro. I do have another roll of it because I have one more liter to do after this. It won't need the 3/4 inch hem, but I have one more liter to do. And yeah. She had 4 different bacterial infections. Her kidneys were shutting down. She was in respiratory distress. Oh, yes. Well, maybe it was, in your best interest that you didn't get told so that your stress level would not be through the roof. I mean, it was already probably through the roof, but you'd have stressed even more. Welcome in, Becky. She says, looks like you got moved into your new room. It looks so nice. Thank you. I am still in the process of moving things in. I still have a dining room table full of things, and mainly just the dining room table. Everything else is mostly there. My ironing board is going to get an update. This ironing board is a traditionally sized ironing board. It's nothing fancy. But I'm going to change it to a 2-foot by 5-foot ironing board. And I will probably video it. I will not be able to do it live just because I'm going to be in the garage for part of it. So you guys might get a little look at the garage. I don't know. I may have to put up curtains or something. I don't know. The garage is a mess. The garage is absolutely a mess. Yes, she did fight hard. She did. It's good news that she fought so hard. It's such good news. Oh, I can turn that camera off. There we go. All right. Let's see. So now I am getting to sew all the way back up the other end. So I have got Velcro sewn onto the top end, but if I don't sew it back onto the bottom end as well, then if I need to take this off of the rails, it won't be quite so sturdy and hold together very well. So it is always a good idea when you're sewing Velcro onto a fabric piece that you sew it on both bottom and top down the whole length. So this leader right here will get me to where I can start quilting by tomorrow evening. So my 3rd leader is the longest one, and I'm not going to have the little blue clips for it. So I will have to use pins on it if I need to use that leader. But I probably won't be using it that much. My machine got quiet, so I'm having to make sure she's still stitching. I'm not running out of thread. She's not running out of thread. I put a brand new bob in it too. I am finishing up getting my leader cloth ready for my long arm frame. So I've got one already on the frame, and that one ended up being about 8 inch. No, let's see, it was supposed to be 9 inches. I think it's about 7 inches long now. Our garage is a mess. That's what I like to think because it makes me feel better. Mine isn't organized. Probably Kelly. I do not. I've seen. Okay, I will take that back. I do know someone that their garage is never a mess. They're a little bit more OCD than I am. Actually, they're a lot more OCD than I am. Their garage is almost spotless. It makes me sick because I'm so jealous. Rita says, when you do not sew both top and bottom, you spend hours trying to find the one you did not sew, as not realizing it's stuck to the other one. That's true. Oh, yes. Zaza says that their garage is huge, but barely fits one car, never mind 3, right? So our garage, we pay for a garage. They are separate buildings from the apartment building. So when we go to the garage, we have to walk all the way. Oh no! Terry says that I said running out of thread and her machine ran out. Oh my goodness. I didn't mean for your machine to listen to me. I did not mean for that. So this upcoming weekend, so May 3rd and 4th, I think, something like that. Let's see. Yes, 3rd and 4th. It's supposed to be in the 70s here. So I am busy all day Saturday working with Bolts of Valor. However, I believe Sunday I will be able to take my 532-1 down to the garage. And if I blow the breaker, it's not the end of the world. So I will do what I need to do in the garage. Then I will plug the machine in and make sure she works. Test her out before I bring her back upstairs. So she has a home. If she is working the way she should be, she might be the next machine you guys see me sewing on after Sunday. If she's working. We're going to see. Rita says she has a garage which has all of her tools in it, but the garage was built the same year as the house in 1935. Oh my goodness. Cars were so much smaller then. They were so much smaller. They weren't really built for the kind of cars we have today. Nobody ever imagined you would need that much space. Zaza says it was 69 degrees there today, which is glorious weather for Scotland in April. I bet. I absolutely bet. All right, I'm going to clip off my extra thread. Now, because I used 2 different pieces of Velcro, I am actually almost to the point where the 2 pieces meet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my machine, or turn my fabric, and I'm going to stitch up 1 piece of Velcro, and turn my needle again, stitch, and then stitch down the other one. Stitch across and then down. So I won't have anything left open. Judy says, Zaza, my riding lawnmower barely fits in my 2-car garage. Oh my gosh. Is that because you have that much stuff in there? Or is that because that's the size of your garage? Rita says that hers is a big 2-car garage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, ours is a 1.5, but you can only fit 1 car in there anyway. But we do have extra storage. Like, we have a door you can walk in, aside from walking in through the garage itself, the garage door itself. So we have the extra storage for seasonal decorations, because you know Mr. Siberian Wind, he has already asked me when he's allowed to decorate. Guys, I don't even have everything put away yet, and he's already ready to decorate. He's already thinking of it. Rita says hers has room in it, but it's extremely old. Back when the floors were made of dirt, not oh gosh. I would hate the dirt floor garages. That would drive me crazy. I would be a little too OCD for that. Zaza says that her 1 car that's in the garage is a vintage Citroen 2CV, which is probably the same size as your ride-on mower. Oh gosh. Judy says that there's 30 years worth of stuff in there. Her garage has never seen a car inside it. Oh my gosh. I wanted a garage so I could work on the car in the garage. So Becky says she lives in a mobile home, and her brother built her a shed and a big covered porch when she bought her home 15 years ago. And the sister helped clean up the building because it was such a mess. Yes. It is crazy how much stuff we accumulate sometimes. And, you know, I mean, where is it all going to go eventually, you know? It's one of those kinds of questions, too. What are we ever going to do with it all? What are we ever going to do? All right. Now, I do have another roll of Velcro, so I can do the other leader. But I don't normally like to make Tuesday like super long, so I think we'll call it after this. Welcome in, Ollie, just in time for us to call it here in a minute. Glad you are here, sir. Glad you are here. All right. So now, oh, he knows what that Citrion is. Oh my gosh. Let's see. We keep my tools and our two big freezers in it. Big generator, no other stuff like the air compressor. Oh, gotcha. The shower room is getting redone, and the whole house is in chaos this week. I bet. Okay. So this is, and yes, it's going to be in front of my mouth, so I apologize. This is 9 foot 6 inches long. So what's going to happen is this top piece where the Velcro is going to attach to the metal rail that's in the shape of it's a tube looking rail. It's a metal tube. So the Velcro is going to attach to that. I have stick-on Velcro already on it. And then this bottom is going to have a tube in it that I can clip onto, so I don't have to pin my quilts. I don't have to risk poking myself all the time. Becky says she keeps all of her flannel and fleece in storage containers. Well, I am happy to admit that every last bit of my yardage is now folded and is on the shelves behind me. So the top shelf that you're seeing right here is all the way across is fat quarters, and some half yards as well. And then this shelf and the shelf below it all the way across, the same length as this shelf here, is all, these are all yardage. So it's all 1 yard or more. And if I start running out of room up here with my fat quarters, because I do have some more to fold, then I will move my kits that are down here. I will move them somewhere. And then if you guys are seeing some, I have, there we go. I have some bolt items up here. I've got fusible fleece. I've got some regular fleece. I have some quilter's grid. I have like bolt things. And I've got broadcloth. That blue that you're seeing is broadcloth. I've got some possibly like, it's almost linen. It's like very thick like that. So I've got some of that. This shelf is all my trims, so laces and like heirloom stuff. So it's all there. And then the rolls up here, I did that today. Those are all non-cottons. So I've got some Minky up there. The two pink rolls that you can see are Minky. I've got some tulle and netting up there. I've got some sweater fabric up there. I've got some wool. I got a whole bunch of stuff. The car is getting rare. The one was bought for spares for another one for 150 pounds. It was in great shape. The gear stick is a little strange on them. Oh my gosh. That would be so much fun to try to figure out. So, okay. So I do have, the majority of my flannel is over here. It is not all that. That is not all flannel, but that's the majority of my flannel. It's yardage. And then I do have silk, but it's not all in the one spot. So it needs a little bit of reorganization. It is not sorted by color at all on my yardage, but at least it is all bolted up. All right. So we have got 1 liter cloth down. And so this one was originally supposed to be 19 inches. The other one that I still have left to do, so I will do this later tonight. This one is not required. So you want your backing attached to your long arm to give everything a place to stay. So you want your backing attached. So you have to have 2 liters done. So I now have 2 liters done. So my next one, this one is supposed to be gosh, how big is this one's supposed to be 25.5 inches. It is not going to end up being that long. Because again, none of them are the original length. So it is like crazy long. But all I have to do on this one is make sure that my Velcro hem is the same all the way across. Because I'm not going to take out the folded hem that's already in there. So, okay, so let's see. This week we have got, what have we got? What have we got, guys? We have got Kathy coming in on Thursday. We're going to have her hang out with us to work on Land That I Love. Becky says she's been working on getting all of her cottons measured and put on boards. Okay, so none of mine are measured. So don't misread me on that. They are not measured. So when I go to pull out yardage off of these shelves, I do not know how many yards I have on them. When I was in the process of putting them on there originally, I did not have the mental capacity and the energy to measure everything because I had so much. And then you got to update it every time you take yardage off. And that is a lot of work for me. I'd rather just pull out what I have, see what I have, see if it's enough. If it's not, I'll roll it back on and put it back away. Yes, Alicia, absolutely. She says, Tammy, we need to find something to sew together. I have a couple of things we might be able to work on starting after Land That I Love. So after Land That I Love is over, I think it's over at the end of July. Don't quote me on that, but I think we're going to be done. We might be done at the end of June, possibly. I don't know. I'll have to look, but I will see when we're getting done with that. And yes, we will find something to sew together. I have a couple of options. Becky says she worked on it for 3 weeks. I bet. Alicia says she took hers off of the boards and put hers on in clear acrylic bins. I could not do that. Like I've got so much like so I have 3 full 7 feet worth of shelves. I think actually almost 8 feet worth of shelves. And so I have that much fabric. Oh, Alicia's been under it. I hope you feel better soon. I hope you're getting on the top side of that. But this is all my yardage. This is not my scraps, guys. These are not, if it is less than a fat quarter, it's not back here. And if it's a half yard, it's probably going to get cut to a fat quarter. I will go back through here probably, I don't know. I will probably go back through my fat quarters and take out the half yards and either cut them into fat quarters or figure out some other option, because I really like knowing that when I pull out something off the fat quarter shelf, it is an actual fat quarter. And I did roll some things that were not actual fat quarters. So my fat quarter rolls do need a little bit of a little bit of work. My yardage, everything is at least 1 yard. So everything is 1 yard or more. I don't need any more yardage bolts, but I do need more of the fat quarter bolts because they don't take up as much room. But I kind of have run out. I've got less than 20 available. And I've probably got that many to still fold. So everything, the fat quarters aren't folded. I've got a few. But all my yardage is put up. Whew, that has been a challenge. I've got boxes and bins organized, or I've got bins and cubbies organized. I've got all of my stabilizer where I can reach it. I've got all of my kits and some of my scraps where I can reach them. So that's getting a little bit more organized as I go. A little bit more as I go. So yay! I'm so excited. I still have one shelf that is absolutely not completely organized and is just stuff I put there until I am ready to figure out where I want to put it. So I've got a dining room table and a shelf and a half basically because my cutie frame is going to go in the garage. Let's see. Yes, I hope you right, Zaza. She says, I hope you're feeling better, Alicia. Yes, I hope so too. I hope so. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for tonight because, again, I'm not going to start the other leader. Even though I probably could, I'm not going to. Um, I'm going to work on that later. Um, the other projects that I have to do, I did go get foam core board today. So my design walls will be getting put together soon. And I also have my ironing board surface, my ironing board plywood piece to put in place as well. So I've got a lot on my plate for this week, trying to get all of that done. But I'm excited. I'm ready for it to be done. I'm ready to be all set up and all ready to do all of this and be able to enjoy every minute of it. So I'm going to sign off. But again, tomorrow night, I will get to schedule everything out for May. So, guys, I know there's no other live scheduled on my channel like I normally would have, but I will get all of that scheduled out tomorrow night. And then I will also schedule out June so I know when the retreat's going to be and when the freebie project for June is going to be. So I'll have all of that scheduled out as of tomorrow night, and I will get my lives posted up. Am I feeling better? A little bit. I'm getting there. It's 2 steps forward and 1 step back because I'm definitely pushing myself and I'm not resting as much as I should be in this point of recovery. But I'm not the sit around and lay around kind of person. I can see what Zelina does to watch me. That's awesome, Rita. Ollie says that he says, I have to say, Tammy, I think you're getting set up done quick. Well, when you have someone that you live with that is absolutely distressed by a mess, it helps you get going really fast. Welcome in, Mona. Oh, thank you, Lori. She says that my setup looks great so far. Feel better soon. Thank you. And yes, I am being careful, Rita. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do need to pack Ricky. Well, do I need to pack Ricky? I don't know. I don't know what I'm working on tomorrow at So Day yet. I've got to make a decision on what I'm going to pack. But I'm going to go sew all day tomorrow. I need it. So yeah. I know, Zaza. They told me basically still I'm on weight restrictions until the 2nd of May, and then I'm free to do whatever I want. So I'm still on weight restrictions, and more of it is just pushing my energy level. I have fibromyalgia, so I am used to feeling fatigued a lot, and so my fibromyalgia is giving me a run for my money. So even though I might feel great and I might have some energy, that can change in 5 minutes. So I can go from having lots of energy to suddenly I have none and I feel like I should have taken a nap 3 hours ago. So that's more of what I'm fighting with right now is the energy levels. Yes, I do remember you hurt your back, Ollie. He says he felt good and pushed it and screwed up and he regrets it. Yeah. They told me, as long as you don't lift over 40 pounds, you're okay to do whatever you want. I just can't lift over 45 pounds or 40 pounds. Yes, fibromyalgia is a pain, Rita. Absolutely. I can sympathize with you. It is, I would not wish fibromyalgia on my worst enemy. And I have a few worst enemies I would wish things on, but fibromyalgia isn't even one of those. So my energy level is basically where I'm at right now. Is just trying to pull where my energy is and figuring out where I can make up the energy days. Like where, do I need to rest the extra, 30 minutes or am I good to go? And just, it's just being exhausted. So that figuring that out is the hard part. So thank you everyone so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here now. Even though I've said it like 4 times already, we're actually going to do it this time. And I will see all of you Thursday evening for Land That I Love with Kathy from My Hobby Home. Welcome in, Carrie. I will see you on replay. Guys, have a great evening, and I will see you Thursday night.